Well, we've all said it. The life of Mike Veeck should be a movie. Well, now it is happening. Netflix is producing a documentary about Mike Veeck entitled The Saint of Second Chances, where Mike not only shares his life in baseball, but the very personal story of the passing of his daughter, Rebecca. It's a film that has brought in rare reviews, but when it's Mike Veeck, would you expect anything else?
We're going to do something that are going to make people sit up and take notice. There was street theater wrapped around a ball game.
What could possibly go wrong?
10,000 people on that field.
Oh, that's what could go wrong.
Joining us now, he's no longer an owner of a baseball team, at least at this moment. There could be something down the pipe. Mike Veeck joins us, the man who built the St. Paul Saints with a collection of colorful characters and became one of baseball's most amazing stories. And now you're a movie star.
I don't know about that, but we're releasing in September a documentary on Netflix that was made on the history of our family. And I don't really know how to describe it except that Tremolo Productions, you know, Morgan Neville won an Oscar for 20 Feet from Stardom, and
Sure.
Jeff Malmberg won numerous awards for Marwan's War that later became a major motion picture. They approached us and said, Morgan and I have been friends for years. And I called him after 20 Feet from Stardom and laughed and said, congratulations, you overnight success. He'd been working for 20 years. You know, everybody's suddenly like, Morgan Neville, man, he's the man. And so we had a laugh over it because 20 years ago, we tried to do something tying in the Saints, and we couldn't decide whether to serialize it or make it a... We'd already had the documentary, which was with you guys, actually, FX's first Baseball Minnesota. But he kind of threw that out there, and I said, I don't really know. And my wife, Libby, was like absolutely opposed to it. I mean, Rebecca dying was very raw still, and, you know, COVID, people were out of sorts. My mom died during the early stages of it. But my son Night Train felt it was important. He really thought that we should have a record of my grandfather and of course my dad and now my son. And so I kind of narrate it, if you can call it that, and look at what a tremendous failure I've been. I mean, nobody wants to hear the good stuff. All they like are disasters. I mean, the thing opens with disco demolition. Let's face it. I mean, how much fun do you think I'm going to have?
All right, it's called A Saint for Second Chances. Why, you kind of explained why you wanted it documented, but what do you want the viewer to take away from this?
That
when they punch that button on their tablet to watch this or stream it at their house, what would you like them to take away? That
anything is possible, and that this is the story of blue-collar every men and women. And I think that hope is in really short supply right now. I think we're not hopeless, but we're as close as we've ever been in my life to being, you know, we're just in silos, and we're not spending time together the way we should. And the human condition is changing. And what I want people to realize is how much we need each other. The fun is good that we used at the ballpark was the same theory that we applied to dealing with the death of our daughter. And you know, it's not a beanie copter, and it's taking time. When I was at my lowest point, it was the people with whom I worked, and the fans and the people who gave us the strength to go. And that's the way it is in every family. You know, you have someone that dies and you need that champion. And that's what I want people to realize. You cast a large shadow wherever you go. And we just need to take time for each other. That's what I want people to walk away and realize. I would never have survived her death if it hadn't been for people caring about it.
Yeah, I mean, she became such an inspiration for so many others. And, you know, this film will now let others learn from what you had to deal with, and maybe they can help themselves when they're dealing with that kind of.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's not maudlin. It's a story of, you know, they always said about my dad, my brother put it best. He goes, you know those little plastic punch dolls that you knock down and they got sand in the bottom and they come back up? He said that's what your dad was like. You just couldn't keep him down. Now, there were freaky moments. I mean, I get to L.A. and they go, Mike, how would you feel about playing your dad? Because you have to shave your beard. And I'm like, I have 17 chins. I do not want to shave my beard. Would you play your father? I have 2 legs. I don't really want to play my father. I played my father. I got back from L.A., and for 2 weeks after that, Jim, I wasn't right. It was so emotional. I used to say, I told my father everything. When he died, I was ready for it. I didn't tell him bupkis. I should have told him what a marvelous job he did raising his children, his 9 children, and what he taught me about operating. And so it forces you to look at those aspects of your life. It's a very ordinary life. And suddenly you say, well, this is what I got out of that. And I think those relationships are so important, more important than I realize. And the soundtrack, I don't know if they sell soundtracks anymore, but it's pretty good. And Charlie Day's too handsome to play me. I mean, that's annoying.
So you walked into the theater, you had not seen it previously.
No.
You had this screening, and when you sat in that chair and the room went dark, what kind of thoughts?
Terrified. I was terrified. We were at the Tribeca Film Festival, for Lord's sake. They had a red carpet. I'm like, who's here? Who am I going to see? They go, well, you know, Charlie Day and Jeff Daniels narrates it. Jeff Daniels sounds like an old baseball glove. That's the best I can. It's just like you get down in your easy chair. It's just flows so nicely. And Charlie told Morgan that he had not had to work at a role like he had to work at this one in 5 years. And all of these things come together, and it goes dark, and I'm holding Libby's hand, and I'm thinking to myself, please, please, Rebecca, please intercede. Just let's get through this. And the weekend was a blur. We saw it twice. Then we went to Nantucket. It won the People's Choice Award, and a lady came up afterwards, a pediatric nurse, and she said, Libby, I just want to hug you. I just want to hug you. And of course, you know, Libby's the stability in the film. And, you know, my kid, he gets the funny lines. I mean, that's annoying.
So what was it like seeing someone being you?
Oh, so this is a great story.
Did you guys talk beforehand, or did he?
Well, there's 2 things that were. So I get out of the car, I drive over to the site where we're doing it. They got an old house kind of like to replicate where we grew up. And I see me coming up the walkway. You know, 10 years old, buzzsaw, you know, shaved head, and in a white shirt, looking geeky. And I went, hi, Mike. And the kid looked at me and smiled. His name is Kai, and this was his first role, and he just nailed it. And then they go, Charlie Day's going to play you in your younger years, and I go, who's Charlie Day? That's great, I guess. You know, who wants to do that? But what he did was he captured the chip on my shoulder. That I had a perpetual chip on my shoulder, and he caught that, I think, perfectly. And when people responded, they found it uplifting was the word they used. And so that made it a worthwhile project. I'm very comfortable with it. If this is the last part of my working career, I'm good with that.
How much say did you have?
None.
In it?
None.
But it's your story.
But it's a documentary. If it had been a movie, I could say, hey, you do this. But, you know, it's all, I mean, there's a lot of warts. It really is about failure. It's about comebacks, but it's about failure. So I got to dedicate the film to my mom, who died during it, And there's a Batten disease website. And my best friend of 61 years, Bird Dog Wheeler, wrote a song for Rebecca called "Oh Rebecca," and while the credits are rolling at the end, that comes up. And he's in pretty good company with, you know, Bob Dylan and the Replacements, and it's awesome.
Well, I know that people around here are just going to keep hitting play, play, play.
I'm much better on television because you can turn me off. You don't want me coming to your home.
No doubt about it. I mean, you say if this is the last thing you do, but this isn't the last thing you're going to do.
No, but it's an interesting thing. The only mortality or immortality that we have is Dave Dombrowski. I picked a pretty good kid to hire. He's done a pretty good job over 45, 50 years. Your only immortality is in the people with whom you've been lucky enough to associate, and that's what's such a wonderful thing about this, because there are all of these people who wandered through our lives and whose lives we wandered through, who speak about what their experience was, and so it's really fun that way. I mean, we had a gathering of the clan, and the people who came in to celebrate were people who made the documentary, the Tremolo folks. It was like a family on the set. It was really, they do as good a job as the Saints do, and you know I never say that about. I think that we do the best, but they made it very comfortable, and you know, I don't have to go to therapy anymore. Well, that's not true.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for sharing your life. Thanks to Libby for allowing it to be won over by the producers to allow this to be out there, because it is going to carry a great message for not only baseball fans, but really for everyone, because it's real life.
Well, and as you know, there's a segment with Darryl Strawberry that is absolutely breathtaking. It just takes your breath away, and that's the kind of man that he is. Thanks.
Mike Veeck, thank you so much.
Thank you
Please
for everything.
Stay in Minnesota somehow. Figure out a way to come back.
Every time I come, I'm going to call you and go, come on, let's hang out. You promised.
Perfect. I need a ratings boost. I need it any time. You come in, the numbers skyrocket. I just put it on all the time. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.